everybody, here we are again, and it's Muntons Taproom. I am your Guava. Here to talk about it. It's one of the Muntons experimental brews, kit and kilo. The can comes with a label. I like that. Quite fancy, and it's obviously based on Darth Vader. I am your Guava. One of the famous quotes. A take on one of the famous quotes. Makes 37 pints. Approximate ABV of 4.8%. Label design, other crap. Ingredients: malt extract, natural flavouring, hop pellets in sachet, hop extracts, yeast in sachet. Allergens, see ingredients in bold, so that's the barley, which is gluten. It also came with 30 grams of Galaxy hop pellets, which I've used. I'll tell you about them in a bit. Yeah, it still smells nice and hoppy. It came with 6 grams of yeast premium, made in EU, best before end 09 2027. 2227. That would have been, whoa, light years in the future. Well, 200 years. Didn't use it. Reused my SO4 as usual. It came with a big cap because the hot pellets that I've shown you were under the cap, as well as the instructions. The instructions I didn't use, but I put them on the fermenter, stuck them in the barrel, so I know what's in there. Not a gimmick really. Nearly lost my book. So, starting gravity was 1.046 at 22 degrees C. Final gravity was 1.012 at 21 degrees C. 1 degree difference, not going to arse with the figures. Dry hopped it for 3 days, approximately, with the 30 grams of Galaxy. Gives, brewed it to 37 pints, so I actually read the label that says it brews to 37 pints. So it's 21 litres in total. Approximate ABV of 4.619565220. Can't even remember if I mentioned that I use a kilo of brewing sugar, but I did. Cost of the kit was £19.95 plus about £3 for brewing sugar, gives price per pint of 62 pence per pint. I am a little later than usual filming this. I've got to say, because I'm a dick. We've been away, Pirate Mania, didn't get any footage, that's not going to happen, but I've taken the camera, taken the tripod, so I had to go and find the tripod in the camera, tripod in the caravan, and bring it back in here. And I knew where the camera was. It was up in the bedroom, in a bag, in a zip-up packet that contains leads and the camera. I took the camera out of there, thought I'd put it in the pocket. I've since spent half an hour looking for the camera, because instead of putting it in the pocket, I hid it under the duvet. So I've been and looked all throughout the caravan. I've been looked everywhere, computer room. Finally found it under the duvet. Capital K knob. Right, back to the beer. As you may have noticed, you can get a head on it, but it doesn't hold a head at all. It doesn't hold a ring, nothing. It dies off quite quickly, flat. Not to worry, it tastes alright. We've not got to that yet. Still looking at it, aren't we? So, you might be able to see it's absolutely polished clear, a pale gold colour, I would say. Give it a sniff. Fruitiness. Strawberry. And a hint of something else, which I would say pear. And that's because it's supposed to be. I don't know if it's just flavoured like guava, or if it has guava in it. Didn't say in the ingredients. But let's go in for a taste. Straight off up front is a fruitiness. A big tropical fruitiness, not a citrus. Definitely strawberry, but definitely something else. And I would say it's pear. I've not actually had a guava fruit, but I've read up on them, and they're supposed to taste a bit like a strawberry pear cross. So yes, not harsh, but very pronounced guava type flavour. Now go into the more in depth. So you got the fruitiness. And then there's almost a biscuit note kicks in, but not quite biscuit, but then it's got an earthy backbone that stays with it towards the end. It's a dry, earthy backbone finish. Quite nice, actually. And I've drunk nearly all of the barrel. Sometimes the fruity flavours can be a little bit overpowering. Nice to start off with, but you get sick of them. Especially on a session, and towards the end it's like, no, you're forcing them down. No, that's alright. Possibly because the fruitiness doesn't last. It goes into this dry earthiness. If I dry hopped it for longer, it would probably have the dank wet cardboard flavour. So whatever you do, don't dry up it too long. It's only got 30 grams, but yeah, leave it at 3 days maximum. But that is nice. Would I buy again? Probably would, actually. I like that. Nothing wrong with that. It's not your standard bitter. No, because there's no real bitterness. It's more of an ale. It's got hops in it, but they're more earthy than bitter, shall we say. Quite nice. Right. Like, comment and subscribe. See you next time. Cheers. Bye.